How many of you have watched or listened serious? This is the only guest that we made 2 episodes out of the podcast, 2 hours, full funnel from the top to the bottom. We just couldn't stop. I had to reschedule everything in between to make sure we don't miss the beat on David Posin, who is the president of SoldierFit. David, I'm so glad that you're here. Guys, he is a successful fitness franchise with over 19 years of experience in this industry. I would love you guys to drop everything out and take the pen and paper and write down the notes. He is the one who built multi-unit franchise and driven 8 figures in revenue, establishing himself as a leader in fitness business growth. His innovative approach to fitness and franchise development makes him an incredible resource and somebody that you really want to pay attention to. Dave,
Love
we're glad to have you here. Welcome to our conference.
Andre, you are the greatest hype man on earth. Me and you're just going to hang out all day. Every time I walk into a room, you're just going to go first. I appreciate that. Yeah. All right, guys, we got to jam about 60 minutes of referrals into 10 minutes. So we're going to get going. I'm super excited to talk about referrals because in my opinion, this is the lowest hanging fruit to help increase sales, make sales easier, and reduce marketing costs. So let's dive in.
Yep. Oops.
Okay, we're getting there. All right, so basically I want to talk about why are referrals important, why people refer, how to get your team bought and invested, and then I'm going to give you guys 3 strategies that you can implement today to start crushing referrals. All right, so first and foremost, just like Derek said, you guys got to know your numbers, right? We have to understand as business owners, right, why referrals are important. Well, 1, they're going to be your cheapest lead source. 2, they're going to be your hottest lead, right? So if you're salespeople or maybe you're struggling with sales, the more referrals you generate, the easier time you guys are going to have to be able to sell. So there's 2 metrics that I want you guys to track. First is your CPL. That's your cost per lead. So basically you're going to take your total marketing cost and divide it by your total leads that you get each month. And then you're going to average this out through the year so that you have an average cost per lead. The second one is going to be your CAC, your customer acquisition cost. You're going to figure this out by taking your total marketing spend and divide it by your total sales for the month. And then again, you'll average that out. So this is really important because we know why referrals are important, but let's put numbers to it, right? We can actually see the exact dollar value of every referral going into your company, okay? So you can also build incentive plans, not just guessing, because most business owners, when they build referral incentive plans of giving people prizes for referring, they're just doing it arbitrarily. Hey, I think it's a good idea to give them a free month. Oh, maybe we'll give them $50. But if you're not using pure data, you might be undervaluing that. You might be overvaluing that. So let's just use an example. Let's say your customer acquisition cost is $200. So you pay $200 for every referral, or every new member that comes in, you pay $200 for that. Now you know, okay, there's room. So every new member that we generate costs $200. So I can easily give away $100 worth of value, and I'm saving 50% of marketing costs on there to acquire a member. All right. And then this is going to, again, help you generate all of your structures and rewards based on that as well. All right. So why do people refer? I think most people understand or they assume that people refer because of these incentives and prizes. Yes, they are important, but they're not the most important thing. Guys, they're referring because of you. They're bringing people into your business because they like you. They look up to you. They want to be you, right? It's not the thing that you're giving them. It's the high five. It's the handshake. It's the hug. It's the recognition, maybe, that you give them a shout out on social media and thank them. Maybe you're making announcements after class, congratulating Susie for bringing in Brian, right? These are all feel-good things that people are going to continuously bring people in if you just make sure you're not focusing 100% on God. Next thing is we got to get your team bought in. right? There's only so much that you guys can do on your own in terms of sales without developing your team. This is one of my favorite quotes. You guys can write this down. The promotion is only as good as the promoter. I'll say that again. The promotion is only as good as the promoter. It doesn't matter whether you're giving away a free car. If people don't know about it, no one's going to take advantage. Okay. So how do you get people to buy in? How do you get your team to buy in? So we've talked a lot about this, right? You're instilling the beliefs, you're instilling the culture. You're explaining to them, this isn't just a new member, but we're out here changing lives. So when I get my team bought in, I do two things. What I don't want to do if I'm adding a new referral incentive structure is just flat out say, hey team, we're going to start getting more referrals and you're going to get paid XYZ for it. There's no value, there's no excitement for that. Okay. So I do two things. One, storytelling. Okay. And when I say storytelling, we're going to tell stories consistently. You should be doing this all the time about member success, right? Detailed stories about member success. That way, these deep-seated beliefs are continually bought into their belief system, okay? The second thing is I call it micro buy-ins. So let's say you're now meeting with your team. You have a team meeting. You're going to talk about referrals. You want to do kind of a Q&A. You just don't want to tell them, you want to get them bought in. So if I'm having a conversation with Andre, I would say, so I want to make sure everybody is here because they want to train live. Agree or disagree? Do you guys believe that the more people that we sign up, the more lives we change? Agree or disagree? Right? These are just micro questions, micro buy-in. It's leading you to your final solution, right, of getting more referrals. But you got to incentivize them too. Right? People will do it off of beliefs, they'll do it off buy-in, but you got to pay them extra. Right? So maybe you pay them $20 for every sign-up. You're now going to pay them $40 for any self-generated sale that they get through the door. And again, you can figure this out by utilizing your CAC minus the prize, and then you have the difference. Maybe you split the difference by paying your staff that. And it's got to be tracked. Okay? People are motivated off of leaderboards. And so if you're doing a referral play or referral incentive, maybe you create a leaderboard for your team, right? And these are things that you continuously talk about and show month over month. You can't just talk about it one time and expect your staff to feel that it's important. This is a continuous thing that you guys need to do. Cool. All right. So we have 3 referral buckets that we're going to talk about. One is going to come from prospects. So we're actually going to get referrals from people before they're even members. The second thing is new customers. So the minute someone signs up, we are going to start generating referrals from them. And then the third is our current customer pool. So the first one, guys, this is as easy as asking a sentence. This is probably the simplest and easiest one. I actually want to use you guys to chat. If you guys know how many appointments that you guys set in a given month, put that in the chat if you can. Okay. So while you guys are putting it in the chat, guys, this doesn't get any easier. At the end of setting the appointment, you're going to ask them a question. You're going to ask them who they want to bring in. It's as simple as that. So I say, hey, Andre, since we have these 2 spots open at 4:30 and you took one of them, I'd love for you to invite someone. Who would you like to bring with you? That's it. Let's say you're converting 10% of the time, you're setting 80 appointments a month. That's 8 free appointments by just asking one sentence. All right. So that's number one. I want to make sure you guys are just adding that in. It's super, super simple, super, super easy. The easiest one that you guys can do. The second one is what I call POS referrals. It stands for point of sale referrals. This is every time someone signs up, we are going to create a strategy around getting referrals off of them. How many of you guys have a script or a point of sale referral strategy where you every time are asking for referrals from every new sign up? Just put a yes or a no. Very, very important. And I use the word script. There are some things that you can generalize. This is one thing that I recommend that you memorize and you say it exactly the same every single time. Okay. So I'm just going to give you an example of how we do it. And then I'm going to kind of expound on those and kind of use some of the psychology that we utilize. So I'd welcome Andre into the gym. I'd say, hey, Andre, again, welcome to SoldierFit. We're super, super excited to have you. The next step is to build your accountability system. We've been doing this for 20 years, and we know that our members are 80% more successful when they have friends and family to work out with. In knowing that, we've created our VIP Battle Buddy system. So you have up to 6 people that you can bring in for a free week. Now, the best part is if they join, you're going to get a free month. So I'm going to leave this sheet here with you. Just write down their name, numbers, and email if you have them. And I'm going to grab your shirt. I'll be right back. Andre, what size shirt do you wear? Large, perfect, and I'm out. So I want to kind of explain a couple things that is important here. One, and most salespeople don't ask for referrals. Why? Actually, let's put that in the chat. Why do you think most salespeople don't ask for referrals? Fear, nervous. Fear, don't know. Shame. Yeah. Yeah, shame is probably, in my opinion, the biggest one. And I say shame because they feel salesy doing it, right? They feel like, God, I just sold this person. Now I'm going to ask them for something else. Salesy, yeah, there you go. But we're framing this incorrectly for our team. This isn't for you. This isn't for the salespeople. This is for the member, okay? You have to reframe this to your staff. This is to make sure that they are more successful, right? This is to build their accountability system, all right? So again, a small mind frame shift that you guys as leaders need to make sure that your staff understands, okay? The next thing is it's part of the process. So I use a simple word that I said, the next step, okay? This is the next step in your journey, Andre, okay? We can't do without this because this is important, okay? Stressing the importance. The last thing that I feel is very, very important is I didn't ask if you know anyone, because the answer is always going to know. I told you to simply write them down, and then I left. I didn't stand there with an awkward silence so that they told me that they didn't know anybody. I left the room, and now they're sitting there with a pen and paper. They don't want to be the kid caught without doing their homework. They're like, man, this guy, he's expecting to come back, and he's expecting names on the list. I should probably do it, okay? And you wait as long as you need to come back in, okay? Because you'll see people taking out their phone, looking through it. Give them time. Don't rush back in, all right? But a referral is nothing. A referral on paper is nothing if we don't follow up, okay? So we have to have a follow-up system, whether you implement it in their CRM, whatever you might do. There's a couple bonus strategies that I like to utilize. You can throw them on a group chat with the member and that person together and send them a message. But you always want to make the member aware or have the member tell them that they just put them on the list to get a free week, okay? And your job is to now hype the member up, make them look good. So if I'm calling the referral's name is Johnny. Hey, Johnny, it's Dave over at SoldierFit. Your friend Andre just signed up, and he actually only had 6 slots available, and he gave you one of them. So he must think pretty highly of you, right? And then you just go down the line, roll into your pitch, get them added as well. Cool? So those are, again, a few quick ones on the referral strategy or point of sale. All right, the next one is what I call a refer and receive play, okay? This is what we're going to utilize for our current and existing members, okay? So this is something, you're not going to roll this out every month. You probably roll this out maybe every quarter. You're going to buy a big prize. Maybe it's like a giant TV, a canoe, a grill, whatever is exciting in your area. You're going to put it at the front desk, a bunch of balloons. You're going to create a flyer, and you're going to create a point system, right? So every person that you bring to try a class, you're going to get 1 ticket. And if they join, you're going to get 10 tickets, okay? And then the person at the end of this drawing is going to get a free 60-inch television, okay? You can also add additional little things in there if you want to. Maybe 1 ticket is worth a Google review. Maybe 1 ticket is worth a Facebook review if your goal is to add reviews. But we're talking straight referrals. That's the route that we're going on this, okay? But again, the promotion is only as good as the promoter. So if you don't make a big deal of it, if you're not announcing it after every class. Everybody that walks the door should know about this. So if Andre's a member and he walks in, I'm going to say, hey, Andre, did you hear about a refer and receive play? Did you hear that we're giving away a 60-inch TV? No, what's that? Oh man, come with me. Let me show you. And on the table, you're going to have a fish bowl, okay? And you don't want to have it empty, so maybe you're going to write up like a bunch of tickets, pre-write up tickets, put it in there, right? Because it's a thing to do. People follow mob mentality. And you're going to get them to fill out the referrals and you're going to add their tickets right there, okay? You need to do this consistently every time. And maybe you do pop-ups, right? Maybe you have a t-shirt and you go out into class and, for one day you say, hey, the person that writes the most referrals or gives the most referrals wins this t-shirt, right? Those are little pop-up referrals that you guys can utilize as well. If you guys have any questions throughout the time, put it in the chat, but I know we got time for Q&A after that. Cool. All right. So what are the action steps? All right. You're going to implement a point of sale referral strategy that you do every single time. Okay. You're going to launch your refer and receive play. Okay. Every appointment that you set, you are going to ask them, because again, you're giving them the opportunity to bring somebody in to experience your wonderful community, right? And then you're going to track this and recognize it every single day, every single week. Hopefully you guys got some value in this. If you got any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you guys want to PM me, I'm Dave Posin on Instagram. Feel free to send me a message. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. But again, guys, appreciate you guys being on, and thank you.